We're welcoming you live here for the Doublemint Cup here for a wonderful evening of some potentially good racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for our annual Doublemint All-Star Race. AJ Alonso will lead the field down to the green flag, the 95 showing some speed yet again. Green flag is out, we're racing here at Charlotte. O'Neal Baldwin definitely spun the tires there. You can see the gap between him and the 19. Eric Rodriguez is going to take this as a great opportunity to go to the bottom side. He's going to abandon Dylan Schwalmer just like that on lap number 1. 31 cars will be roaring down the back straightaway into turn number 3 as Alonso for the small team will lead the field down out of turn number 4 to lead lap number 1. You can see Eric Rodriguez in 4th right now. Dylan Schwalmer actually managed to hold on to the outside line. He is up to 3rd. And already a bit of contact made between him and the 19. Harley is already getting pressured by the 88. The 88 knows he's got a very fast race car in his hand. Donald Trump up the track just a bit there. As they come off of turn number 4 yet again, O'Neal Baldwin does slide up just a tad. But now battle for second between Dylan Schwalmer and Coy Harley. We don't know how strong that 88 machine has. Eric Rodriguez now way up high on the racetrack, 3 wide. Here down the back straightaway, O'Neal, Annabelle Baldwin, Logan Brown, contact is made. Caution is out for the first time as a big crash. Eric Rodriguez is collected. Jesse Turner's involved. Emmanuel Hartnett's in it as well. And it looks like we've had some cars with more damage, possibly. As the caution is out here on lap number 3. An early wreck takes out Jesse Turner, Eric Rodriguez. Donald Trump had a piece of that as well. Logan Brown and Emmanuel Hartnett Rodriguez coming down pit lane. And whoa, look at that. Look at that velocity he got. As it looks like Rodriguez, they look like they may be calling it a day. As we're going to have a look at the replay. 3 wide doesn't quite work here in the back straightaway. Charlotte, everybody narrows up and it just causes a multiple car crash. Eric Rodriguez, Matt Dixon involved. 2 Ganassi cars get collected. Trump comes down into Luis Hernandez, Regan Smith. And there you see Jesse Turner and Emmanuel Hartnett piling into the wreckage near the end of that. But everybody trying to avoid it actually did a fine job of actually saving their cars. So good driver control and car control by all those drivers alike. But a big crash does take out some early contenders at Charlotte, as we'll go back to the green flag. As the pace car goes off, Alonso will lead the field yet again. He's got Dylan Schwalmer behind him with Coy Harley and the Baldwins on tow. Green flag is out yet again. We're having our first ever restart here in the All-Star. As Dylan Schwalmer did not quite get the best start there, but he's already caught the 95 just like that. As O'Neal Baldwin heads to the inside underneath Coy Harley for position. As lap traffic already proving to be an issue here, Emmanuel Hartnett and Eric Rodriguez are holding both lanes of the racetrack for the rest of the field. As it looks like maybe the front 10 have pulled away from the field because of that. So the 2 lappers need to get out of the way ASAP if the other drivers want to win this race. So Zach Buchanan actually is in 12th. So actually 12 cars have checked out from the rest of the field. Battled for the lead between Dylan Schwalmer and Alonso. Alonso holding strong on the outside line. But O'Neal Baldwin's going to go with his teammate. And trying to go for the race lead. Dylan Schwalmer up to the point. Focusing here, there's some 3 wide action between Chuck Petty, Luis Hernandez, and Ben Gerhardt. Lap traffic still proving to be a hindrance on the racetrack. And it's really getting close and feisty as contact was made between Raymond Fisher and Ben Gerhardt. As, Hartnett nearly got turned. You can tell how frustrated these drivers are. Alan Cavagnaro wants that 4 car out of the way quickly. Rodriguez and Lamas. Lamas trying to get around Rodriguez. He gets into him. And Rodriguez in the wall. Lamas in the wall as well. Everybody checking up, scattering all over the racetrack. Trying to find a safe spot. Warren Keith having to go down the apron as a result, up the track into Luis Hernandez. And that's nearly caused a wreck there. But back to the lead here. Dylan Schwarbrick still holds strong over Ergel Alonso. O'Neal Baldwin in third. Caitlin Doherty trying to look underneath the inside. She thinks of it, but now finally decides to go to the inside line finally. Chloe Harley's going to follow the 7, and a lot of drivers do love that inside line. And they adore it. With enough help, you can actually manage to pass someone. As there's still some lead lap cars still getting held up by the 4. The 77 is out of harm's way with the 1 who has damage, so nothing really matters there. Lamas finally gets around the 4 machine at last. But look how behind they are from the top 12. Caitlin Doherty looking underneath the inside of Dylan Schwarbrick here. Will it work? No, it won't. Schwarbrick knows better of it. He knows how to run the racetrack pretty well, so... As NASCAR fan 1418 looks underneath O'Neal Baldwin, Megan Evans has made her way up. She's been pretty quiet, the Dogecoin machine. She was kind of quiet in the chase and didn't really show much of her true potential maybe, so... Megan Evans looking forward to maybe showing some strength in the All-Star here. Dylan Schwarbrick, who lost the championship, was runner-up to Parker Brown. Wants to win the All-Star race, because if he manages to sign up for next season, he will be locked into the All-Star race, because he is up. If he wins it, it's really just immunity for him. It's like Survivor, where you get the immunity and you're basically, you could be safe from being voted off the island. So Dylan Schwarbrick holds strong. Alonso is right there in the 95. A ferocious racing machine. The 95 has that thriving car. Is proven to be one of the strongest on the track right now. So, and they've done so well in the workshop and on track in the season. They won a race, but they weren't in the chase at the moment because of the amount of winners. They weren't able to win in time. So, as Caitlin Doherty will be up to second now. Dylan Schwarbrick has lost 2 positions as a result of getting passed by the likes of them. The Tommy Baldwin Racing Machine, Caitlin Doherty did win Chicagoland and was eliminated, I believe, in the next to the last round or the second round, but after a bad crash at MMM's. As for everybody else, you can see, like I said, they're pretty far behind. JT Bryant looks like he's losing touch with the pack here, so that 12 car might not be up to speed. It's still a pretty decent race cars at the moment, but I don't think it's as fast as those running up front. We are closing on the halfway point here. Caitlin Doherty now looking for the race lead. She's got Dylan Schwarbrick underneath for assistance, and the 7 will clear the 95. Caitlin Doherty, now your race leader. 2 Hendrick cars are running near the front. There's a Stewart Haas car, Zach Buchanan. Buchanan was really consistent throughout the regular season, but it really was a shame for him not to make the chase, because he was a very good racer in this series. So it's a tough break for Buchanan, but he's actually running in the top 10 to prove otherwise, that he's not, that he deserves to be up there. Annabelle Baldwin in the 22. She didn't really have a good chase. She got eliminated in round 1. O'Neal Baldwin, I believe, made it to round 2, but got eliminated there shortly. So both Baldwins looking for more success in the series, as they are both running inside the top 5 and the top 10 at the moment. Baldwin in 5th, and the other one in 7th. Doherty's still in the lead. Alonso is, man, that car is just, looks like he's probably one of the cars to beat right now, because I don't think anybody else behind them can do anything about it, because they are about to reach and pass the halfway point of the race here. Caitlin Doherty will lead lap number 20, as they will have actually 20 to go, so. But now Dylan Schwarbrick is going to be brave enough to try and use the inside line. The outside line's prevalent when you have only 1 car underneath them and not 2, as the 95 still holds on for dear life for second, and Alonso to the inside yet again. Battle for the race lead between him and the 7. And both the Baldwins are going to be working together to get past Coy Hartley for position. And Alonso's going to battle for the lead still. He's on the inside. He's got Dylan Schwalbenberg to help. And out of turn number 2, Alonso trying to hold on to the race lead. But he's got Dylan Schwalbenberg following on tow. Not Alonso, but there you see Sam Curtis making his way inside the top 10. O'Neal Baldwin and Annabelle Baldwin are running really close together, so talk about a good sibling rivalry. I think it's more friendly than ferocious, and I mean, watch out for the Cougars. But they will be counting on lap traffic here, so this is going to change maybe the tone of the race here. It's going to be a fundamental key on where you're going to end up and where you got the time, the passes. And use those lap cars as a pick when you can, because they will help you no matter what. They'll either help you or hurt you. It's a hit or miss. And here comes O'Neal Baldwin to the inside for third. The 5 car up to the 3rd position. That is a strong 5 car there. He passed Dylan Schwalbenberg without anybody behind him helping him on the inside line. So we know the 5 car does have a potential good long run car. So Hendrick Motorsports doing a great job with their long run department here. And here comes the 5 for second. That 5 car is going to be one guy to watch, as they are encountering 3 slow cars. Eric Rodriguez, Emmanuel Hartnett, and Matt Dixon all received damage in that caution. So Alonso is going to go to the inside. Will Hartnett block the inside line, or will he stay up high? He's going to block the inside line. That's going to actually bunch the field up just a bit there, as Alonso's going to be struggling to get around some lap traffic here. Matt Dixon, will he do anything to hold up the 95? Yes, he will. Just a little bit there, as that has brought the 7 and the 95 close together yet again. It's been a ferocious battle and a fiery battle between those two drivers. They're 3 wide in the back trying to get around Eric Rodriguez. I think that's what they're going to have to do at this point. But now Doherty way up high in the racetrack. He's got the run off. She's got the run off of 4. Look at that. That is some momentum you can see nowadays on the outside line. And she is right there underneath the 95. Look at that run. Some side draft. She's going to try and use that to her advantage. Dylan Schwalbenberg is on O'Neal Baldwin's bumper. Annabelle Baldwin's going to see what she can do. She wants to get up there. She needs to pass the 88 and the 5. But so far, that 95 has just proven to be very dominant so far. Some good battling here. The 13, the 24, and the 9, as well as Richard Johnson. They're all battling for what I believe is the 15th position. And that's gonna, hopefully they can do something about it. Hopefully maybe a late race caution can change things up. Zach Buchanan getting held up by his teammate out of all things. So Emmanuel Hartnett's holding up the 14. Buchanan's not gonna be too happy with that. And we're gonna have some pit stops here. Doherty comes down pit lane. That was getting a bit feisty there. They nearly collided together out of 4, but they're now 3 wide. So Alonso is the leader. We're going to pay attention to pit stops here. A couple of drivers are going to maybe do some risky strategy here. Maybe take a few tires, maybe not even 4. Doherty's coming in. She might go for a 4-tire pit strategy here. Maybe the standards here. That will help her in the long run. As Zach Buchanan's going to come down pit lane here. The 14's going to be the next one. Probably bring out our second round of green flag pit stops here. There's the 9 coming in as well. Cade was leading the field at one point. He got held up by lap traffic, so he's a bit far a ways back. Focusing here on the number 95 of Alonso. Will he come down pit lane here? Yes, he will. Who's going to stay out? We might see some cars that are already pitted stay out, obviously, because they literally just pitted. And Alonso will lead the field down for more pit stops. As I think Rancho Cucamonga will actually stay out on the racetrack here, I believe. Yes, he will. So will Luis Hernandez. It's going to matter in pit stops here where you're going to end up. The 95 is going to be one guy to look at here. This is going to be crucial for the team. They need to take as many tires as they can and maybe top off some gas, because this could be a potential fuel strategy race. O'Neal Baldwin beats him out of pit lane, so that 95 needs to get past the 5 if he wants to win this race, possibly. And we're going to have to see where, and it looks like the 75 and the 3 are actually going to stay out an extra lap here, so they're going to try and stretch the fuel window. There's Sam Kerr, Zach Buchanan side by side, and they've caught Megan Evans, but looks like Caitlin Doherty will actually inherit the lead. Cody Lamas is about to be a lap down here. Sooner or later, once the 75 and the 3 will actually pit, that's when they can actually make their gains, because they will be able to gain some spots, especially after Luis Hernandez. Hernandez does have damage on his car. He has left side damage, and he's on older tires, so... But what will this do for the rest of the field here? Here comes the 75 down pit lane. That will probably end the cycle of pit stops here, because everybody else that hasn't pitted yet will pit most likely in this lap. So this will put these cars back on the lead lap. So it's going to be a battle between Caitlin Doherty and Dylan Schwallenberg here. Alonso lost a couple positions down pit lane. I think that car may be fading in this run, so that might not be good. Here we are at the closing stages of this race. Caitlin Doherty versus Dylan Schwallenberg. Schwallenberg's going to have to depend on lap traffic to play a role in potentially catching the number 7 machine. He is 5/10 behind the number 7 here. And I think Schwallenberg is actually running faster laps than the 7 as well, so we're going to see he is behind Cody Lamas, so Cody Lamas could play a role as a pick for the number 88. At a turn number 4, Caitlin Doherty and Dylan Schwallenberg will be the top 2 right now. Schwallenberg looks like he may gain. He gained a lot of tenths there. He is 0.28 behind the 7, and Schwallenberg's got a head of steam. But Cody Lamas is right there to interfere. What will the 28 do in the 88's role of passing the 7? And Lamas still holds on to the outside line. What is he going to do? He's going to be a bit of a nuisance to the lap as a lap car here. And I think that's going to be much to Schwallenberg's disliking here with 5 laps to go. As you're wondering, Alonso, who had the most dominant car of the day, pit stops did not go well for him. He is in 4th. Schwallenberg still trying to fight underneath Cody Lamas here. Lamas just has a very good car on new tires. And he's still battling. He might try and battle the 7 here. We're waiting and seeing. Schwallenberg wants to see the 28 battle the 7 here, because that could help him gain some tenths on him. 0.26 is the interval right now with 4 laps to go. Caitlin Doherty holds on to the lead with Dylan Schwallenberg running in second in a very clean all-star race, actually. So Lamas is going to use the outside line again. We're going to see how... You can definitely tell the exit of the corner being such an impact here. As there's 3 laps to go, Schwallenberg now looking underneath the inside. Will Lamas let him by this time around? And Schwallenberg still battling the 28 for position here. Not for position, actually. Just Schwallenberg just wants to get around him quickly. As Lamas has the outside run off of turn number 4. Yet again. Really a big nuisance to Schwallenberg's disliking here, but Doherty looks like she may have this race won if the 28 just keeps battling the 88 for position. For just really just holding him up. But the 28 is right there, so will Cody Lamas play a role in Doherty's demise, or will Doherty just hold on? I think she's going to hold on, actually, because I don't think Lamas can do anything. If he does, then this could be important. The white flag is going to fly. 1 more lap to go for Caitlin Doherty. Dylan Schwallenberg's going to look underneath Cody Lamas for the final time. And he actually finally gets around the number 28 here. It took him this long. Will he do anything for the number 7? I don't think he can. Caitlin Doherty Into turn number 3, Schwalbenberg doesn't really have enough time. If Lamas wasn't holding him up, I think Schwalbenberg could have challenged the number 7. And off of turn number 4, Caitlin Doherty will win the All-Star race. That was a good green flag run coming in, and Caitlin Doherty proved otherwise. Pit strategy was prevalent. If you pit early, you are most likely to gain some time on the leaders at some point. And it happened near the end. Dylan Schwalbenberg will end up just short. And Jesse Turner and Donald Trump were out of the race, ironically. Both are rivals to the series, so Caitlin Doherty will win the All-Star race here. Looking at the results, first through 28, 24 cars on the late lap. It really was probably one of the most uneventful races I've seen, and I'll be honest here. I expect maybe more dislikes than likes in this video, so apologies for the boring race here. It's not really as intense as it is, but hey, I think if people are ready for next season, so prepare yourselves. The 31 cars were in the race, only 2 dropped out. Donald Trump and Jesse Turner were the ones out of the race. Turner received damage that knocked him out. Trump had damage as well, so they had enough damage to retire from the race. Both tangled up throughout the chase season, and both of them will be literally near the back of the field, and next to last and the last. Congratulations to Caitlin Doherty on winning this race. She really had a good car, and she will be the first woman to win the All-Star race, but then yet we've had so many women win in this series, so it's quite something. It's a decent way to end the season, I suppose, but it'll do. It'll do, Pig. That'll do. As this wraps up Season 1 of the Doublemint Cup Series here, prepare yourselves for Season 2 signups here. I will post a date later on, actually probably maybe in the description, or maybe as a separate video. You never know. Probably will be later this week. But congratulations to the Tom Golden Racing team for Caitlin Doherty. They have won the All-Star race.